Hello, today we will be making cake monster high. So what we're using for that is 1 hour rectangular tin, which is we sprayed with cooking oil, and we put baking paper on it. So we're using 2 boxes of butter cake, and we have 4 eggs, 2 boxes of butter cake mix, and we have 6 tablespoons of margarine or butter, whatever you want to use it, and we have around 380 mils of milk. So we put it all together. With eggs, we have 4 eggs, so we're using only white. We're not using yolks, so we put it all together and we mix it. Once we mix it all, we add pink coloring and see what will happen. Now our cake is cooled, and I just want to say that for coloring our cake I use pink gel food coloring. The reason is I'm using gel because it's much stronger color. You really don't need much. It's probably because we have 2 boxes of butter cake, so it's about sort of end of a knife. Probably 2 of see, for 1 cake be 1 enough, but because we have 2 boxes, it's be 2 tiny basically end of knife to get off this coloring, just a tiny bit of scoop it. So that's be enough, but you can put it as much as you want it, and you can get color basically or stronger or a little bit weaker. It depends on you. So once it's done, I actually already trim it all top and everything. So what we do next is we just flip over, make sure we're able to look with, and what we do is we get our frosting. We're using today a vanilla white frosting, and just to frost all cake all over. Once you finish apply your frosting, you can put as much as you wanted. Then we use ready to roll icing, and take it from a foil. You have to work a little bit on your working surface to make it a little bit softer and more workable. Once it's done, what we do is spread a little bit of our powdered icing, and start rolling our ready to roll icing. So just to roll it just as big as the size of your cake. Once it's done, we just flip over and put it on top. Now when you're rolling this kind of icing, flip over quite often, because it might stick to your working surface. Once you put your ready to roll icing, put a little bit powdered icing sugar on your hands and start working to make it nice shape of your cake. You don't need much except your hands. I don't use much special equipment, but if you do really like it, you can buy special equipment to making edges more straight or better, but I personally think that you don't really need it. So once all that done, go from far first to cut it unnecessarily bits, then trim it right to end. You can actually use a pizza cutter as well. I'm using just a sharp knife. Once it's all done, it's nice and neat. And believe me, using this kind of icing much better than using fondant, because it's much tastier. And so see, I place it actually toothpick on the middle of my cake to just give me sort of measurement, basically see better where we actually have to draw. So we're using another toothpick and draw our design, basically our pattern, with our toothpick. What we do is we not press it into cake, we just slightly outline what we want to see. So that's will be cavity for the eyes, just enough for you to basically see that. And what we do is this is some sort of little ball, and here we go. And our design will be on corners of our cake as well. So what we do little stars and little diamonds, everything what you want to really see, and enjoy it and be creative, because next step is we will using two colors. It's a pink liquid food coloring and black liquid food coloring. All those ingredients, including all ingredients for cake and the ready to roll icing, you can all find in the supermarket in cake section. There is sprinkles and colors and different cake mixes as well. So what we do is next get a couple brushes, one which is much finer and thinner for corners and for tiny outlining, and other one just apply the much bigger areas. So what we do is we do first start painting our black food coloring. Do it carefully and do not using huge amount of paint, because you get too smudgy, because we just wanted outline. So we just going carefully and don't come straight in close to your design, because you might be first time if you do it, you might be put just a color what you don't want to color. So just carefully. Middle goes first. Once we finish with our black liquid coloring, that's how our cake look like. And if you apply a little bit too much of paint, just let it dry before you apply pink on. But if it's okay, you can start it straight in. And what you do is rest of our patterns we apply with pink, just right here. Okay. Let's have a look. Well, we finish with our monster high. So if you want to add a little bit more details, use black gel food coloring, because it's much thicker, and we can just add a tiny bit more details, like for example a little bit sort of folds on our bow and things like that. See, if you're using liquid, it's all will smudge together. So with gel food coloring it will not be like that, because it's much thicker, and it doesn't sort of dissolve in the same way. What we do is we're creating some diamonds and creating some little patterns to making a little bit closer what it really look like. It's welcome for you to use any kind of design you like to see. Here we finish with our monster high, and have a look a bit closer. I didn't put too many details, but I think it's just really up to you how much you want to see on your cake. And I hope you really enjoy this video today, and please do leave comment, send your ideas, subscribe. I love to hear from you, and thank you very much for your time with me. Until next time, goodbye.